Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr. My name is Wilfred. So in this episode, I'd like to share a little bit more on my Tech Priest, my favorite construct or pets that I have. And also at the backdrop, I'm playing a plus 13 mission for the seasonal boss mission. And it seems a little bit easier than I would thought because, normally I don't play that higher level when it comes to mission level. How this game works is that the higher the level, the less damage you dealt and the more damage you suffer. Of course, the reward will be better as well. So to give you some context, at the plus 13 level above me, which is 113, I'm only dealing around 3+% of damage. So you can see the number is pretty small, but the damage received I'm having is of 1,000 of magnitude. So it is how this game works, and to give you the sense of progress and difficulties while rewarding you for the effort that you put in. So like I said, when I play the Crusader as well as Psyker last season, I seldom go for plus 10. I do plus 8 a lot. But anything beyond plus 10, I usually try to avoid because it's just too painful. But Tech Priest seems to be pretty good at it. Either I'm getting better with this game because this is my second season playing, or Tech Priest is indeed very strong. So I don't know, it could be a little bit of both as well. So now going back to the purpose of this video is to talk about the construct or the pets I have for my Tech Priest. So the build I have figured out on my own here is I'm using 5 pets. So the first pet I'm using is the first construct I'm using is a turret, which is a AOE turret, mid-range physical damage. And then I have the Siloy Vivisector, which is like a little spider. They are pretty weak. They may die quite easily, but that's fine because they explode when they die. And this patch does a lot of like bleed damage, so it's kind of nice to mix all the things together. Then I've got number 3. It is my Destroyer. Destroyer is the tank behind me that is shooting both the physical and heat damage as well. It's very much just staying behind, like you see here in this clip. Just shooting from behind as well. That's a little bit of AOE. So that is my Destroyer. Then number 4 is the robot that I've got. I don't need to summon it, but I could press a button to buff it as well. The robot could either be a melee or range, but I like to configure my robot to be range, a little bit like remind me of the War Machine. It has about 5 ability. That's pretty cool, or if not 6 if I put more talent to it. But it does the single target AOE as well as a melee range AOE as well. So it's kind of nice, the robot. Then last but not the least, when I teleport into this place, if you notice, I've got another set of weapon that enable me to summon the Vanguard. And Vanguard is the tank as well, but it's usually it's in front. You can see that you charge onto the target. It's pretty cool. So that is a Vanguard, which is pure melee, and I've used a Great Axe to configure my Vanguard to be mostly doing a lot of like AOE stun kind of damage. So that is the setup I've got, and so far it has been working out really well for me. Which are my favorite construct is really hard to say, because if you look at the bang for the buck, I would say my turret as well as the 2 melee like Vivisector, Siloy Vivisector as well as the Destroyer, they are pretty bang for the buck because they will charge into a target, and the turret can stun as well, and it does a lot of heavy lifting and front run all these like enemies as well. But sometimes I do find that the robot, although seems really strong, sometimes the robot will struggle to look for a place for it to do some damage and so on. So But I believe the damage is really strong for the robot, especially against the boss as well, and as well as the destroyer. Sometimes the destroyer also kind of like lagging behind a little bit to see where things are, and they may not be doing a lot of damage. At least doesn't seem like it. But I think I think I love them all. They do all have a different purpose to it, and the wonderful thing is about the Tech Priest is the AI is fantastic. What I mean is that if I am so-called ambush or get myself in a situation whereby I'm surrounded by enemy, the AI of the construct will by and large go and look for their own kind of target to spread out and divide and conquer. It doesn't require a lot of management from my end. The only management I have is if I need them to focus onto one target, like a boss, they will answer my command due to the weapons I've got. But other than that, I mean, look, they do have their own mind. They do have their own thing. Like I wonder why Destroyer is behind. Probably there was a mob behind it as well. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting to see how this AI work. And once you kind of know how the aggro work in this game, you can actually look after yourself pretty well as a Tech Priest, because you just let your pet aggro the target by proximity, and just walk towards your pet perhaps, and just be more mindful about where enemies are, where your constructs are. And yeah, I mean that is that's the reason why I really enjoy playing the Tech Priest. I'm very happy that I'm able to at least enjoy the Tech Priest in this season. Take a look at the loot I've got. Yes, some of them are item level 90, some are above 90 as well. I'll do another video on the item level. Some are 100 as well. So it really depends on luck and how difficult the map is. Of course, the higher the mission, the more chances you have item level 90 and above. But item level is not everything in this game. We'll talk later. Thank you for tuning in and take care of yourself. Goodbye.